stock sector recently caught up with Bill Duke, the CFO of Pulmatrix, on the Nasdaq, ticker symbol PULM. Pulmatrix has a drug delivery technology for patients with COPD and cystic fibrosis and was granted orphan drug status by the FDA in January. We have Bill Duke, the CFO of Pulmatrix. Bill, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Bill, I'm going to start with what's special and unique about Pulmatrix? Is it your drug delivery technology, ACCESSWIRE?
Sure. Pulmatrix is a pulmonary drug delivery company focused on treating diseases of the lung. Our technology provides next-generation advantages over traditional inhaled approaches. Existing products utilizing nebulizers, metered dose inhalers, and lactose blend dry powder inhalers for lung diseases like asthma and chronic obstructive pulmonary disease all have limitations, such as leaving too much drug behind in the device or stuck in the throat rather than delivering the drug to the lungs. They are also limited in the types of drugs they can deliver based on chemistry and dose. Pulmatrix is focused on overcoming these limitations for the benefits of patients with lung disease using our internally developed and patented ACCESSWIRE technology.
Well, so the technology sounds great, but how does it work?
Sure. Our ACCESSWIRE technology makes tiny particles that look like raisins with nooks and crannies. ACCESSWIRE particles are dense but don't stick together, so it takes very little energy to make them fly. Using the ACCESSWIRE technology, not only can we engineer particles that fly easily into the airways of the lung, despite a dense profile that might suggest otherwise, but we can also include virtually any drug in the particles that other technologies cannot because of chemistry limitations or dose requirements.
So what are the advantages? You can get drugs into the lungs with better efficiency and fewer side effects?
Correct. For many lung diseases, currently available therapies are oral drugs with less than ideal dosing profiles that cause serious side effects because high doses given orally are required to get enough drug through the stomach into the bloodstream and ultimately to the lung tissue where the disease resides. Oral delivery via the stomach to the bloodstream also raises significant concerns about drug-drug interactions. We believe delivering the drug directly to the lungs should dramatically improve the lung tissue levels to treat the disease at its source while reducing the side effect profile.
Bill, how have you applied that drug delivery technology and to what diseases and why?
Today, Pulmatrix is targeting important unmet medical needs and contemplating expedited regulatory paths by repurposing approved drugs that ACCESSWIRE can make better. Currently, we have two lead programs, one for chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, also referred to as COPD, and the other is for the treatment of fungal infections for patients suffering from severe lung disease like cystic fibrosis and severe asthma.
Can you please tell me about each one of your two lead drug candidates? And I've got a couple questions to go with them. One is for chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. How does that work? Where does that stand? Are there clinical trial results? Are you developing it with a partner? What's the path to market?
PUR0200 is the development of a branded generic version of a once-daily muscarinic antagonist, a type of bronchodilator for COPD that sells $5 billion per year globally. We think we can make a better version. In this 1B study, we were able to use 80% less of the drug in the product and get the benefit to the patient's airways. As an improvement over the lactose blend product that is on the market today, because ACCESSWIRE particles fly so easily, COPD patients should be able to get the particles where they need to go in their lungs, even on their worst days. Regarding its clinical status, we completed a pilot study of our PUR0200 for patients with COPD and announced positive pharmacokinetic bioavailability data in the summer of 2016. This data informed our continued development of PUR0200 for European registration. Currently, Pulmatrix owns all the rights to the PUR0200 program. We are in active conversations to secure partnership or partnerships for the rights to PUR0200 in 2017 for a geography or geographies to be determined. As for the path to market, Pulmatrix plans to seek scientific advice from 3 EU countries to gain a better understanding of the pivotal trial design for PUR0200. We plan to seek a pre-IND meeting with the FDA to inform the U.S. clinical pathway for 0200 in the second half of 2017. And furthermore, we continue the CMC development work to support pivotal pharmacokinetic bioequivalence approval study, as well as the U.S. development path.
The other is for fungal infections in cystic fibrosis and other patients. What is the current standard of care, and why is your approach better? What clinical trials have you done, and what also is the path to market?
Sure. For this program, we refer to it as PUR1900, and it targets the unmet medical need of treating fungal infections in cystic fibrosis and severe asthma patients. Currently available therapy is oral drugs with a less than ideal dosing profile that can cause serious side effects and raise significant concerns about drug-drug interactions. By delivering the drug directly to the lungs, we believe that our PUR1900 should dramatically improve the lung tissue levels to treat infection where it lives, while reducing the side effect profile and systemic exposure that impact drug-drug interactions. In the last few months, the US FDA granted PUR1900 orphan drug designation and designated it as a qualified infectious disease product, or QIDP, for treating fungal infections in the lungs of CF patients. In the United States, we plan to pursue the 505(b)(2) regulatory pathway for regulatory approval. This pathway was created to help avoid unnecessary duplication of studies already performed on previously approved drugs. This can result in a much less expensive and much faster route to approval compared with the traditional regulatory pathway.
So how about other drugs with your technology that you can deliver? What are some promising ideas?
There are many opportunities for drugs that can benefit from our ACCESSWIRE technology. In addition to the program we've spoken of already, we are conducting development work looking at inhaled opportunities for idiopathic pulmonary fibrosis, or IPF, and are evaluating in-licensed therapeutic opportunities for pulmonary diseases that are enabled by our technology. We believe we are advancing very important therapies for patients with respiratory disease that will generate broad interest from potential partners and create value for our shareholders.
What do you see ahead for Pulmatrix? How large can it grow? When do you expect to be profitable?
We're extremely excited about Pulmatrix's potential based on our novel technology platform and our pipeline. Our PUR0200 program is the development of a branded generic of a bronchodilator for COPD that sells $5 billion per year. And our PUR1900 has great business potential. In addition to cystic fibrosis and severe asthma, it could also be developed to help prevent fungal infections in people with compromised immune systems. All total, we believe that PUR1900 has the potential to be a blockbuster product. Pulmatrix ACCESSWIRE technology has the potential to deliver drugs much more efficiently to the lungs than existing approaches. It offers the promise of high effectiveness with fewer side effects than currently inhaled products. That said, the global market for respiratory drugs is expected to grow to be $33 billion by 2019. As such, we believe there's a significant opportunity to both serve patients and build a profitable company.
Bill, I want to thank you for coming on the show, and we're going to keep our eye on Pulmatrix.
Thank you so much for the opportunity.